you've heard a lot about this product, and it's called Beauty Focus. We launched it, I think, on Wednesday, officially, or something, virtually. And okay, that's great, and I believe it's sold out very quickly. So I just want you, this is one thought, hopefully you will take away, because many of us, including internally, and this is where I struggle a little bit, this is not your mother's collagen product. Okay, we use and call it Collagen Plus and so on and so forth, but I don't want you to walk away out of this room and say, oh, this is just another Me Too copycat product. There are lots of collagen products out there, right? I mean, it's really, it's available. What I'm hoping that you will take away the message that this product, once again, went through a process answering this question. What if we need to develop a beauty supplement that is truly beneficial? We did not start with the question, or at least the scientists never did, that what if we develop a collagen product that can compete with our competitors? It's a different question, and the approach will be different. So the former question that I just posed to you about developing a beauty supplement is far more profound. It's far more something that you can actually say it will do some good, all right? And not just piggyback on some anecdotal studies or anecdotal findings that collagen is good for you, all right? So that's really why we started. And the answer that we got is that in order to do that, yes, we have to include collagen, but it requires other ingredients that are equally important to bring a comprehensive benefit to the skin. So that's what we did, and that's why I think it's important. This is the most complete, clinically proven beauty supplement. It's not a sort of a collagen product. It is a beauty supplement that has been clinically proven. And the second thing, and the thing is, because the two other ingredients that we have in there, like lutein and the ceramides, they are very, very important. And if I distill all of that down into what you need to understand about the Beauty Focus, would be the lutein helps to protect all the new collagen that you are going to make from the collagen peptide that we have included in this product. And the ceramides is a wonderful substance to have in the product because it helps you to hold on to the water. Because what do you hear from dermatologists time and time again? And that is moisturize, 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 right? The skin needs moisture. And one of the most effective ways of holding on to the water that you have in your skin is to have the ceramides in there. Because molecularly and chemically, it acts like a sponge. It holds on to the water molecules. And therefore, your skin stays hydrated. So now, hopefully, you can begin to see why this combination, the blending of these three ingredients together, gives us this unique formula and is proprietary to Nu Skin. We don't copy. We make something that is truly meaningful, and I'm really been hearing a lot of feedback from some of the previews that we have with these products, and after 3 or 4 weeks, they're already starting to see significant benefits on the skin visually. Okay, so really, on the first one, this lutein, we have the biophotonic scanner. It's easy for us to assess. So, and some of you, the more knowledgeable folks in the audience today would say, wait a minute, right? There are other antioxidants around. Why don't you use the others? Well, lutein, it just so happened, based on our studies, is the fact that this antioxidant seems to migrate and has an affinity for the skin. So it gets there. When you take it, it really rapidly gets to the skin and it stays there. And we can show that by scanning people that have taken this Beauty Focus product. You can see the antioxidant protection goes up. And to remind you, right, when you have antioxidant in the skin, obviously when you walk out in a hot summer's day here, as soon as you leave this building, you're going to be exposed to one of the environmental factors, and that will be the sun. What good is it if you sort of like have all the great new collagen being made, but you then continuously get yourself exposed to the sun? They get destroyed. So this lutein, this antioxidant protector, is there to shield those new collagen from getting destroyed and preserving them. So that's really a very good benefit, which is not recognized by many of our folks. And the ceramides, and this is just a cross-section of the skin, it's just a cartoon to illustrate the fact that water molecules, when they're inside the skin, plumps it up, it stays hydrated, so everything else in the skin works better. And that's what the ceramides do, right? These are the phytoceramides that have been isolated from marigold. It's a wonderful ingredient to have, and those are the three important elements that we have in Beauty Focus. Okay, you're still not convinced. You're still going to ask me, what's so good about your collagen peptide? So we also know, in and of itself, the parent molecule of collagen does no good. Because when you take that, when you ingest that, it gets broken down by your stomach. The acid, the enzymes that are there, they get broken down. It really doesn't provide the benefits that have been suggested for the collagen. That was our initial original finding when we did our research. So what we did was to use some molecular scissors, and these are called enzymes, and we can literally chop it up into bits and pieces. So the little fragments of collagen. And out of these hundreds of fragments, they come in different sizes, we evaluated them to see which collagen peptide or fragment stays in the skin and does some good. In other words, actually has some biological activity. And the one that we chose is what we have in Beauty Focus. And this is what it is. This collagen peptide that we have, from the studies, we now know it acts as a building block. It's like a Lego. You can build something out of this particular fragment once it gets to the skin. And by the way, when you take it through the stomach, it actually doesn't get destroyed. It goes rapidly into the blood and finally landing in the skin. So when it gets there, it gets to the building block and it also stimulates the skin cells to make even more collagen. It's a dual action peptide, we call it. So that's the rationale, if you will. And the rationale is based and confirmed with the scientific findings that we have. And it's all great, right? We as scientists, we are enamored with seeing all these wonderful molecular mechanisms that happen. But does it mean anything? Does it translate to what I would call a clinical benefit? And this is what you have. Your skin becomes more elastic. In other words, it bounces back. You know, your wrinkle volume goes down. And there's, as I already mentioned, there's actually even more collagen being produced in the skin. Right? So it really does have the eventual beneficial outcome that is clinically meaningful. And when you get a Professor Zoe Dreylos at Duke University, a renowned dermatologist, evaluating this particular Beauty Focus, she came back with this study and say, yes, the overall appearance dramatically improves, the texture improves, the skin is smoother, and overall, you look more radiant. I think we have done a pretty good job on the Beauty Focus to deliver those results. All right? So, and anyway, the guys in the audience, hey, you got to drink it too. All right? Because there are other additional non-skin benefits, which I won't talk about today until I talk to my lawyer. So, yeah, so that's it. Anyway, coming back to the beauty device category, after all, if you have something good, why don't we test and see whether the combination works? And once again, I think you don't need to be a scientist to look at it, that all these features that we evaluated, we can see a very marked improvement when you take the beauty supplement and then use the LumiSpa. And off the record a little bit, since we're all family here, right? It's a cone of silence. It's likely that these results will translate with the use of Boost as well. So when you get it later on. Okay. Anyway, competition. All right. Don't ask me this question. Here it is. It's really simply put, proprietary formulation of Beauty Focus, and most competitive products just contain collagen, and they don't even know what that collagen is. And it's clinically proven. Other companies don't do these kind of studies because it costs them. I mean, by the time we finish all the clinical studies with Beauty Focus, it'll probably be over $500,000. Okay. And blue light, you can. I already referred to UV, but you can also protect the lutein against blue light, and it synergizes with LumiSpa, and it's pure. And this is something that perhaps not as exciting because you take it as a given, but when you're dealing with natural ingredients and so on, there's always an off chance that it could be contaminated. We test for it. That's the reason for some of the labs that you've seen over in the Innovation Center. That's the reason we test our products in that sense. Here is my sort of future of new skin, if you will, is the fact that I think we are fast approaching a time where our products, you can use them to develop personalization. Yeah, it's the knowledge that we have gathered over years has allowed us to say, hey, we recognize there's still some subtle but significant differences that exist among people, whether it's on the skin or in the body and so on. And you are an individual. And I think we now have the technology and the science and the product to be able to say, if we can somehow create a system for you, you will be taking our new skin products to a personalized level. And then how wonderful would that be, right? Is that each and every one of you can get even more benefits from the product because it has been individualized for all of you. Okay, I'll end on this final slide. And because really, at the end of the day, I've shared a lot of information with you, and there's another message that I'm hoping you get, right? It's again alluding to the fact that many of our competitors say what they want to say, and we are hoping that we do what we say, so you really never know what you get in certain products that you get in the marketplace. but you do in new skin. So many of you have been to Chinese restaurants and have eaten there, and at the end of that meal, you tend to get a fortune cookie, right? And you break open the fortune cookie, and a slip of paper comes out, and there's always a message. Sometimes it's Chinese like to gamble, there are numbers on it, but nonetheless, there's always a message in there. I'm hoping that when you leave here, you take away the new skin fortune cookie, and when you break it open, you will see this message, right? Yeah, this is not what we do. This is not what we do. So thank you very much for listening, and hopefully have a great day.